We are live.
For the third time now today.
Yeah.
Disclaimer, the things you're about to see are not indicative of us as people or as employees of our employers. It should not be used against us in the court of law or in the court of public opinion. We apologize in advance for anything offensive that we may say, and you should not try any of this at home, especially the racism. Thank you and God bless.
Sure. Thank you.
See, it's not about those takes, bro. You know what I mean? Like that one was, you know what?
No, that was a good one.
Right?
It's
It's
not
not
like, yeah, whatever.
It's that like, we have to get into the mindset of being aware of those things that we're supposed to be aware of when we start doing it. That makes sense? Because when you start doing it, it's like you're not really into it yet.
Yeah.
Right? Then you do a second time, then you notice other things, and you're like, well, and then you do the third time, you know.
Well, I would say the thing is this, though, is that, like, because then do we end up posting 3 episodes a day? Because if the problem is...
Yes, man.
If one long one...
Post them all. You give people the option of watching whatever they want at their own pace.
But I mean, if one long one's going to bore people, then 3 short ones is going to be
Then in that
the
case,
same.
then we should just stop doing it, all of them altogether.
No, I don't
They're
see
going to
that
be
at
bored
all.
at, but I'm saying, isn't that kind of the same way of, like, if they're going to be bored at one, they're going to be bored at all of them.
No, but that's the same logic that's like Krusty the Clown being like some little boy. Well, that's like if you take that logic to its conclusion, it's like Krusty being like, "Here I am, 24 hours, because one little boy won't let me stop." You know,
But you see, that was him doing one long thing.
Yeah.
Whereas if Bart would have had him do like, where
if he'd given him 10-minute breaks every hour on the hour, I don't know it would have improved it that much.
It's more about the like coming up with the content in an organic way instead of trying to milk it because you're supposed to do it for an hour or for you know what I mean? It's that like, I think you have to just do more and more, always more.
But I guess my thing is because we've got like I would say per night we've got a loaded amount of content. At some point we're gonna run out of it. Like so much like most of what I talk about is shit that happens to me in a week or old stories I remember that happened.
But that's not my fault that you suck. You know what I mean?
Oh well, why don't you read some of your stand-up bits?
All right, you got
that
it.
you yourself will immediately say they suck.
What
You
about-
read your premise and be like, this sucks.
Yeah, usually I do, but how about tonight? I got this one. It's actually a sketch.
Alright.
It's called Clarded Bar. You know? And it's about this guy who eats a Klondike bar. And then somebody is like, what would you do for a Klondike bar? He's like, what? You mean the one I just shat out? He's like, yeah, what would you do for it? He's like, I'm not going to eat the fucking shit that I just fucking shat out. He's like, oh yeah? You're not going to fucking eat that Klondike bar? What would you do for a Clarded bar?
The guy he's just crying, just
What?
openly weeping.
Look, man, I don't know what I did to you, but I don't want to hear. I don't. God. And he just.
Oh my God! Why?
I was just, oh God! It just turned into fucking liquid. It's not even anything anymore. Get a cup. Get a fucking. He like a little Dixie
Get a
cup.
cup.
He's like one of those triangle cups that they have like the auto dealer with like the fucking water jug. You know what I mean? And you're just like. But it's that with this melted Clarded bar, and then you just.
Oh, you're a hot toddy.
And the guy's like, what would you do for Clarded Bar? Brought to you by Clarded Bar, the #1 sponsor of Nestle products. Fuck Nestle. Only because that's the thing I hear it's popular. I mean, they're pieces of shit, right?
Yeah.
Damn, they're pieces of shit to me.
That's what we're doing. We're jumping on the fucking bull train.
Here's my thing.
Hashtag, listen, if you like Chapo Trap House, you'll love this podcast. Subscribe.
Trapo house. This is for the ladies who like to clean. Did you have something I have to clean? I have my trapo right here for your house. Trapo house. I wipe everything with this trapo. I wipe the mic. I wipe the Bluetooth speaker. I wiped your PlayStation controller covered in cheese with the trapo.
The Chapo Trap House thing is funny because I didn't know he was a Ghostbuster.
Who?
Chapo.
He's a Ghostbuster?
Because they had traps, that's the joke. Chapo. You've never seen Ghostbusters?
I have, but the thing I don't remember is the traps.
That's a pretty integral part of the movie.
It's like the fucking.
It's the thing they use to trap the ghosts.
Yeah.
They throw the thing and they
It looks like one of those like mechanic or like those garage lights that.
Oh yeah, it does.
That they like spray
That's
painted.
probably what it was.
They like spray painted it like gold or something. And they're just like, all right, everybody, get ready.
Yeah.
And then, like,
Well, they spray painted it to look like other shit in Garage because it's like white and black stripes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is true. It just looks like something that comes
That's
out
what I
of
always
a-
saw when I saw it. I was like, why are these guys using the fucking garage lights?
You're like, these guys are meaners. Why do they have all this
What are these
shit?
guys doing, fucking?
Yeah, what are they?
Yeah, that shit.
Orale, chingada, Ghostbusters.
That's what they should do. They should do fucking Ghostbusters, fucking Mexican style.
Dude, that would be the
Cut it.
one. I would be
What do you call
behind
it?
that.
What do you guys? It has to be Ghost or something like. Let me see.
Oh, we got a call.
Ghost Vatos.
Ghost.
We call it the Ghost Vatos.
We got a call. She found some a tortilla with the Virgin Mary in it. This
Oh, okay, yeah, that kinda works.
Just zapping the tortilla with the fucking.
Put some muchacha on the thing. Put it. No, that's too muchacha. It's gonna burn the culo. That's a good sketch right there.
Yeah, it's actually Ghost Vato. Dude, Ghost Vatos is a pretty good sketch.
Ghost Vatos.
Honestly, I know someone because those are jumpsuits. I think I know someone who could whip those costumes up. I don't know. We
Dude,
have to
really?
come up with-
I do think that the easier part is I would love to have the high quality cosplayers more than like high quality performers. You know what I mean? Because it's all about that, like the visuals, the optics, and somebody
Well,
already looks like a thing.
Colin's girlfriend she both does costumes for theater, movies, and was a cosplayer.
But would she be down?
Possibly.
My thing is like, look, man, I talk to a lot of people. They're like, yeah, I'll do this, I'll do that. And I'm like, all right, you want to do it on Sunday? They're like,
No, yeah, that's always the shit.
shit.
Well, so I don't think she'd make new shit, but she might lend us old shit.
My
Because
thing
they
is-
won.
I don't know.
They won an award for some Game of Thrones cosplay thing they did, where like 8 people dressed up. Yeah, my mom. It turns out my mom just basically watches that the first 4 seasons like on repeat.
You know what? Good for your mom. I used to watch it before it sucked.
Yeah, I can't. It's hard. It's funny because like it's hard.
But like before, like season 8, I used to watch it on repeat too.
Well, she'll keep it on in the
good
background.
ones, yeah, and for like
Yeah.
in the good seasons too. Like I get that, but for me, it's that thing now. Like no matter how good the earlier seasons were, they took advantage of me. You know what I mean? They didn't respect me enough, so I don't respect them enough anymore to continue to honor the relationship that we used to have. You know what I mean? They threw it all away.
Well, it's funny because
Threw
you
it all away.
used to say that like the ending being bullshit negates the earlier stuff.
Yeah,
Like, well,
it ruins it.
well, it's funny. In my head, I always kind of disagreed, but then it was actually like, why? Because my mom, she has it on the background when she cooks and cleans and shit. And I was watching. It was like season 1, which is like choice shit. That's what Ned Stark
Yeah,
and
good
everything.
stuff.
And I'm seeing there's a scene between him and Jamie that I remember loving, and it's still a good scene. But then in my head, I'm like, oh, that's right. That ends with the whole thing ends with him like fucking Brienne and they getting crushed by rocks, like. Because when you know
Fuck
where,
spoiler alert, because fuck that show.
oh well, but I mean, when you know where it goes and where it goes sucks, it does take the enjoyment out of even the older episodes. Like you were right. Like I was watching it, I'm like knowing that it's gonna because part of it is
It's
like,
that
where's
way.
this gonna go, and then you know where it's gonna go, and it's like, oh, where it
Here.
goes is in the toilet.
It's like an abusive
with
relationship.
the, it's
you
with
know?
the Clark bars. Like it's like
It's
that's
like an
where-
abusive relationship. It's
Sure.
like it was so good, it was so passionate, and like
You'll always
he also beat your ass.
yeah. Like,
And you're like, man, I remember that time we were in
Ugh.
Hawaii and we had sex on that volcano. Oh my god, the most magical time I've ever had in my life.
that actually-
Oh, but then he got mad at me because he fell in a puddle and was embarrassed, and he beat my ass in front of my whole family.
When you missed that basketball shot against my brother-in-law, and his
Yeah,
pants
yeah.
fell down, his tiny penis got showed, and then he
Yeah.
slapped me around in the car.
That time I didn't fully cook his hot pocket all the way through, and it was still frozen in the middle.
That's some Soprano shit. It's like the hot pockets like you fucking. Why did you hit her, Ralphie? A, she was a. B, she can't cook. We're Italian.
But yeah, I was thinking.
Shout out to HBO.
That's another thing. What if we did a sketch that was Game of Thrones as an abusive relationship, right?
Oh,
Where
right.
it's those times where you're cooking, watching it in the background, like your mom. She's just like, Grego, I'm cooking you some Puerto Rican tacos or whatever the fuck you guys eat.
Man, we.
And then you hear.
Puerto Rican
And then you're like, fucking tacos are cold, man. I told you we're Puerto Rican. We don't eat tacos. We eat Puerto Rican things.
Rice and beans,
Like
chicken,
Ricky
stew.
Martin. I ate his butt last night, man. How dare you speak to your mother like that after we had such a good morning? I don't know.
I want to say something, but also when I want to say something, but also when I was home, one of the things happened. My mother was literally like, "Have you seen the new Ricky Martin CD? His new album?" And she's like opening YouTube and showing me the songs from his new album with what is it like Martin Vives or something, Carlos Vives.
I think I drank that shit already.
Hey, you still got the one with the ash in it.
No, I think that's the one I drink already.
Oh really?
So now I'm like, they're both the same thing now. Oh, that was it. I legit think I just coughed up ash.
Oh, that's what was making you cough up.
Whatever. That's not good. But
Yeah,
neither is this pod. I really don't know which one is which anymore. That's the one.
Have we talked about? I heard something interesting. I looked up, and it's true. So George Floyd.
Yeah.
He was in a porno.
Yeah, I heard about that. Yeah.
Yeah.
He was also
Like
a
George
rapper.
Janitor.
He's also
a rapper. He had a mixtape.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna bump that mixtape.
This dude was a Renaissance man for sure.
Yeah, that actually.
Fucking-
He was taken away. He's
Sadly, his life was taken away so shortly. He could have been, look at all the things he could have done.
be like if something happened to you, it'd be like Ponch was a musician. He was writing a musical. He had a variety show.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I'm not gonna be.
He's a yacker.
I mean, that could easily happen to me. Actually, no, because I'm not black.
Yeah.
And I know that sounds racist, but hey, so is killing black people because they're black.
I mean, arguably the killing them is racist, and the pointing out that happens is less racist.
Well, my thing is like if you have an issue with me pointing that out, then you have an issue with that happening.
Well, and odds are our
You know what I mean?
Odds are our viewers, which are mostly your friends, probably aren't going.
I don't know where their political beliefs lie these days anymore.
Dude, it was funny going back and hanging out with my dad's family.
Did you just do a Nazi salute?
No, I did a piece.
Oh, okay. Sorry, you just.
Oh, because the little white thing up top covers it up.
With the White Claw, is that like, is that some subtle nod to white supremacy? Why is it called White Claw and not Black Claw or Brown Claw? That's what we should do.
I think it is something
Let's
to do with
cross that
surfing.
out and write Brown Claw.
Right, brown claw?
Yeah.
Latinx claw.
There you go.
There you go. Now we're
like
talking.
that.
Yo,
Next claw.
for the vatos,
Yeah,
for the
it's
boriqueños.
Yeah.
This is what it is.
And it's a hard sell.
For our friends that shooting it.
Alright, how do you make this Latinx? So we're gonna go Latinx Claw. And it's gonna be that's what we should do. That's another sketch. See, Greg?
Latinx claw.
Latinx Claw. You got the sketches tonight.
I also found out it's white claw because it's a surfing thing. It's the top of the wave or whatever the fuck. Because I thought it was a Wolverine claw when I first looked at it, but then I looked closer.
No, yeah, it's supposed to be 3 waves.
Yeah, which sucks.
That's what they call it. They call that no, they don't call it a white. I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
I'm only guessing
I
you
thought
call
that
it a
was
white
swell.
claw because
the
point is this does suck.
Like,
This name sucks. We're not even drinking your shit anymore for the most part. We're going fucking full beef.
Straight up beef.
Yeah, I mean the beaver's got a pineapple tattoo.
This one is Belching Beaner. Hard seltzer.
Belching bean.
Look, he's even tatted up and got a fucking Beaner stash. He's like, what's up,
Actually
fool?
does, yeah.
He's an OG. Straight up
He's
from
an
the
OG,
set, dog.
yo, what the fuck?
Shit, dog. You don't make it to my age, dog, without fucking being smart in the game, fool.
I'll fucking kill the guy. That's what he is, huh?
You killed a guy for 20 years? That's torture.
You killed a guy for 20 years?
No, you said I killed a guy.
I said I
20
killed a
years.
guy, fool, or something like that. Yo, also, you seen 22 Jump Street?
Yeah.
The sequel?
I think so. I don't remember that.
Well, because I'd never seen it, but I saw a clip of it, and I never laughed so hard for months, but it was like... Oh, because it's, what's his name? Jonah Hill's like talking to like Mexican drug dealers. He's like, yo, this Sleepy, he's the Mexican Wolverine, and like, yo, my partner wants to see the like, he's partnered with a giant like retarded guy, and they're like, he's like, why are your partner talking? And he's like, everyone's staring at him. And the partner's like, my name's Jeff. Like he's retarded. You don't remember that at all? It seemed like an integral part of the movie.
I don't remember that at all, yeah.
Alright, it was very funny.
I'll take your word for it.
Alright. We should watch 22 Jump Street sometime.
Yeah, let's be real here. If I took time out of my very busy life, between masturbating and
playing Ghost of Tsushima for the
playing Ghost of
completing it for the
Tsushima.
second time, the third time.
and sleeping for hours on end and drinking belching beaners.
Just watching Stevie and I play Marvel vs. Capcom.
I don't think that that makes my schedule. If I'm being honest, 22 Jump Street. I'm sorry, you don't cut it. You're just not gonna make your way into my very busy masturbating schedule. It's very rigorous. It's a very rigorous masturbating schedule. I live that. Right now, I'm just so focused on the task.
You got the love and hate things on your knuckles as you beam off of your prison. It's like, damn, Ponch is prison jack now. He's been fucking doing chin-ups and jacking off 17 hours.
Let's go, baby.
Let's do it. Is that noise still happening in there?
No, I was just losing my mind when I first moved here.
Oh shit.
There was that thing with the gutter where like it was dripping inside the gutter, which is weird, which is what gutters are supposed to do. They're supposed to collect water, but this one was weird. It was like somehow just making a dripping noise. Bloop, 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 but like not filtering any water out, so it was stuck somewhere. So it was just a bloop, 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 and it was like raining fucking hard. So then it was like clogged somewhere, so I told the landlord, I was like, hey man, I can't fucking sleep with this dripping noise. And he's just like, shh, it'll all be over soon. Just go back to sleep. Just go back to sleep. And then I wiped my tears,
baby as he strokes the side of your head.
And I wiped my tears. And I tried to ignore the sounds.
That's what you get for calling him when the Seahawks game is on.
Yeah, and then but to his credit, he came fast in my butt, and he definitely ate it. He didn't make me clean it very thoroughly. Like the way he cleaned it, it hurt.
Better than the gutters, I would hope.
I would hope so too.
But you don't know.
But I don't know.
You blocked that memory entirely out.
Yeah. But what's our time here? We got another
17 minutes about.
We got another clip here. You want to call this one?
No, call it a night.
Yeah, hit that. See, we got 2 clips.
2 clips and a full pod.